My coverage of Computex 2024 is brought to you by Antec, Thermaltake, ASUS, and Fractal. I just stopped by NZXT to say happy birthday. They're celebrating 20 years in the industry. They started out in 2004. It's 2024 now, do some math, 20 years. That's pretty much it. Happy birthday, NZXT. See you later. Actually, no. They do have a new case, the H7, that's actually available now for a compelling price of about $130. Some very sexy new power supplies, and a new fan solution that combines multiple fans together in the same frame. Let's take a look. Here we have the NZXT timeline going all the way back to 2004, showing so many of the different products they've come out with over the years, such as the Guardian. I did a build for my wife in a variant of this case that was sort of a orangish bronzes color back in the day. The Phantom is old school awesome. It's got that Stormtrooper look. They came out with this in a variety of different colors. I also built a system for my wife in the black version of this case with the orange accents, because my wife likes orange.
This is the H7.
Look, remember when we had lots of 5 1/4-inch bays in the front of cases? One thing I really liked about this one, the side intakes on it provided lots of airflow for 3.5-inch hard drives to keep those cool. We got the H440 when they were like, you know what, 5 1/4-inch drives, we don't need those anymore, and also starting to get into the clear side panel era. We have the 2022 version of the H7 right here, which is also a very popular case. Clean, sharp lines on the white version of it here. Again, tempered glass on the front and side, but this is from 2022. You might have seen this before. The H6 Flow, NZXT's take on the dual chamber fad that has been very popular in just more recent years. I like how they did the angle on the side here to give it a more distinct look while still giving you access to intakes. But now in 2024, they are giving us the H7, the 2024 version of the H7. Here's a look at it. Super clean, and as compared to some of the more recent entries that have lots of tempered glass, I do appreciate that they're going like performance airflow with this, with a very nice and heavily porous front intake here. And you know what's also nice about this case? It's got a compelling price. $130 is going to be the base price, and it should be available now or very soon. They announced availability at Computex pretty much right away. The $130 version is going to come with 3 fans pre-installed in the front. Those are 3 120mm, and there's also going to be an ARGB version that's $20 more. That one's going to come with one of the triple fans that I'm going to show you in just a moment. I appreciate that NZXT has brought back or is continuing to use their somewhat iconic cable management strip that runs vertically down the case. That's been popular for some time, and it was again a distinguishing feature of many NZXT cases. And to keep this case from being too wide, like the dual chamber designs, they do have a separate chamber over here for the power supply, but they've rotated it so it can be vertical, so it doesn't take up quite as much space from side to side, while also giving you plenty of access to the cable management. And they do have a very proudly displayed case with the side panel open. It's all white, so you can see the cable management with lots of cables, lots of RGB in this system, but all tied down nice and clean. We of course have support for 360mm radiator or triple fan down in the bottom, and I like how they've given you sort of a recessed area here, so if you're just using fans down there, they can tuck down in and look real clean. There's also support for 360 across the top, and since they have made this case just a little bit wider, we have 420mm radiator support at the front. This case is available in black and white, and they have some really clean builds set up here so you can see how it can be outfitted. I like the black one they have with the NZXT purple lighting going on. That one's really nice, and the white ones too. So clean. Let's talk more about their new fans though. The Series RGB Core, and NZXT has said, you know what, the daisy chaining fan thing, that's been popular and everything, but let's do something a little bit different. And I'll be honest, this isn't something I've never seen before. Cooler Master has done some full frame fans like this. But if you know you need 3 fans for 360, or 2 fans for 280, or 2 120s for 240, not only are you going to have a nice clean housing for the fans, and you can see NZXT again, I keep saying clean over and over again, but everything is just too clean here. The black version and the white version have RGB strips along the edges where that RGB from the fan is going to shine through. As RGB goes, sometimes it can be a little bit over the top, but since they're just relying on the center hub LEDs here to shine through the outside, it keeps it a little bit more subtle. I'd say a little bit more classy. Just like the new H7 case, these are available now, and pricing is going to be $45 for the 240, $50 for the 280, and $70 for the 360. We have a couple new power supplies from NZXT. The C1500 Platinum over here is a beastly one, and this one is going to be on the pricier side. About $380 is the US price. But look at these badges right here. We of course have ATX 3.1 support, so you're going to have a 12V2x6 connector for your RTX 40 series or upcoming NVIDIA graphics card, so I'm told. 10-year warranty, 80 plus platinum, and if you're getting tired of 80 plus and some of the shenanigans that sometimes go on with that, Cybernetics is a new rating for power supplies, a new standard, and this one has been getting a lot of traction and trust based on some of the things around it. I'm not going to go into the details right now, but titanium rating from Cybernetics, and as you can see, it is fully modular, and actually, for a 1500 watt power supply, not even that big. But you know what? This one over here, the C-Series Gold, is going to come in with a few wattages that are probably more compelling for gamers. C850, so 850 watts, 1000 watts, and 1200 watts. This one's still in development, so look for it around August, September timeframe. Price range is going to be about $150 starting out, maybe getting into $200 to $210 for the higher wattage version. That is fairly reasonable for an 80 plus gold rated power supply, again with that ATX 3.1 support. And I don't say this very often, but that's a sexy power supply. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this matte, white, very clean paint job they have on it. I don't know if it's the attention to detail with the switches and connectors on the back, or even the modular plugs on this side being all white. And yes, this will also ship with a full set of sleeved all-white cables that you can see in the rear side of the white H7 system they have set up over there. But there it is, a couple new power supplies from NZXT, and the C-Series Gold, I think, might be a compelling offering for some people. Oh, it's also got this metal strip across the top. That looks nice. And this will be available in black as well as white. And I thought I'd finish out by just taking a seat here at the desk setup they have with the H7 in white on display. And another thing I'm appreciating from NZXT today is that they kept things fairly simple with a focus on the new H7 launch, as well as some additional hardware components with their new fans and, of course, those power supplies. That is all the time I have for this video, guys, so if you enjoyed it, definitely hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of my Computex 2024 coverage, check the playlist in the video description. And a huge thank you to my sponsors for Computex 2024, Fractal, Antec, Thermaltake, and Asus. We'll see you all in the next video.